Welcome to Daily Steps from One Extraordinary Marriage, where we outline simple steps that you can take to have the ultimate marriage adventure. I'm Tony DeLorenzo, your co-host, along with my beautiful wife, Elisa. In today's show, we answer this question. Help! We're always so tired at the end of the day, and sex is just ho-hum. What can we do?
Can I just start by saying that you're not alone?
Nope.
Right? We live in a world that is on the go all the time.
And we have been in this place many a times in our 21 years of marriage.
It's almost become a badge of honor in our society right now to be busy, right? Mm-hmm. You ask people how they're doing and everybody says, oh, I'm so busy. And we're running around until you drop into bed and you're just exhausted at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Right? It's what we do. And, I got to tell you that on top of that, it's no wonder that the sex is ho-hum, because if you're exhausted, you've given all day long at the office, to the kids, to volunteer groups and all this kind of stuff. You got nothing left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not a cool place to be, because it truly is. Your sex life is ho-hum. I would say for the most part, when Elisa and I end up in bed like that, more times than not, we've had sex. There is some connection, but not like we desire or want. And
you both know it. That's the other thing too. Like nobody's fooling, nobody's faking. Like you can get through it, but you're just kind of like, yeah.
You sort of know, and you begin to know those rhythms of just like, all right, she's just doing that because we're going to just get through this.
Right. Check the box for today.
Yeah.
And can I share with each and every one of you that there is no rule, there is no law, there is nothing set in concrete that the only time that the two of you can have sex is at night at the end of a long day when you're exhausted.
With the lights off.
That's not a rule, folks. Mm-mm. So you can have sex at different times of the day, times when you're awake.
Well, I would even say even at night, but change things up.
Sure.
Have lights on. Set the mood in your room so you don't fall asleep. And so it's not just ho-hum. Make it so that it is a bigger, or not a bigger, but it's a more vibrant room to be in. Maybe put a diffuser in there, but add like a citrus or a lemon or something that like perks you up. Don't put, for Elisa, it would be peppermint. If you put peppermint in a diffuser, she's going to fall asleep.
That's lavender. Peppermint will actually keep me awake. Lavender was the one that got you into trouble the one time.
Okay, I was trying to remember which one there, but use those items if you're going to go for it at night at the end of the day. But like Elisa said, you don't have to always have it at night.
You don't, because each one of us has been blessed with a 24-hour day. Mm-hmm. Regardless of how busy you are, we all have the same 24 hours. So you can actually choose to have sex with your spouse at a different time of the day.
If you're going to do it, awake sex, let your spouse know the night before. Mm-hmm. I mean, right there alone, if the kids aren't awake, if they're not around, make sure your door's locked, wake up. Like, just know that the day before, like, hey, baby, we are going to wake up and we're going to have some fun.
It's a great way to start your day, right? There's nothing like starting your day literally with a bang, right? Or, take advantage, especially on weekends when you both are home. Take advantage of kind of that mid-afternoon lull when you don't have to necessarily be in 100 different places. Or if your kids take naps, right? I know it's really tempting when your kids, if you've got little kids and they take naps, to just be like, I'm going to use this time to get as much stuff done as possible. I'm going to challenge you that instead you use that time to make as much connection as possible with your spouse, and you use that to both be awake and energized to have sex.
Yeah, even I love the weekend thing, because if you're doing stuff during the morning or early morning time, hey, use that late morning, early afternoon as a place to go jump in the shower together. Mm-hmm. If you can go, hey, let's go jump in the shower, let's have some connection, let's go have sex in the shower, let's go do it. That's a great place to have some fun during the day. And again, hey, that's a different dynamic than full on laying out in the bed, a long like foreplay. Understand that not every time has to be 30, 45 minutes. It can be a quickie in the shower, as long as you guys both know it and that connection happens.
And I know for us, and I know for a lot of my coaching clients, they'll take advantage of the lunch hour during the work week to, come home and have lunchtime, in quotes, with their spouses. Maybe they'll get the sandwich on the back end as they're heading back to the office, but on the front end of that lunch hour is connection with one another. It's that sexual intimacy. Why? Because if your kids aren't home, it's daytime, everybody is awake. Let's face it. It's kind of fun. It's more than kind of, it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
To connect with one another when you're awake and when you're energized. It's a gift that you give to the two of you to say, hey, I know we've got busy lives, but what happens if we make each other a priority in the hours that we're awake and energized? What's going to change in our marriage and in the dynamic between the two of us if all of a sudden we're engaged when we're awake, when we're feeling like ready to go?
And I cannot agree with Elisa more. This alone has changed our sexual intimacy to new levels, making sure that daytime sex is happening, and more than not, just being awake and present has changed the way that we live our marriage from day to day. I'm telling you, if you've only been a nighttime sex person or couple, make it happen during the day. For more information on this topic, check out oneextraordinarymarriage.com/354.